There's lots of problems with the bolt clips. First of all, the inside here is hollow. That's where the spring sits, and that's where part of the bolt sits. So if you go walking on the beach, you can get sand in here, and then it literally jams and it becomes very, very stiff. It can become very stiff to open, and it can also become very, very stiff to close. As the spring gets wet, it can kind of start to rust, and this can become very, very stiff, jams. And of course, if it doesn't close properly, then you have a problem that now you have a clip that's stuck open with dirt or sand or something like that. And of course, that's going to cause a problem that the D-ring from your dog's collar can simply just slip out because it didn't close properly. Okay, my product, it's a, I hope you can see it, is a clip for dog leashes. And it's designed to be easy to use for people that have arthritis in their thumbs. The traditional model here has what we call a slide bolt, and to use it you have to sort of push down here, and so you have to really have a good strong thumb. And of course, if you've got nails, it can go ahead and snap back and crack your nails. The MagneClip doesn't have a spring in it. It uses a magnet. And the magnet is inside here, and this piece over the top is steel. So very simply is that to start to open it is hard, but as it opens further, it becomes very, very easy. And I can go ahead and keep this open all day, and it doesn't hurt. Whereas if I try to keep this one open all day, I would be pushing against the spring, and I instantly get the old dimple in the thumb from it, and my clip just it'll snap right on like a carabiner, like that. Literally 5 cents more. Nothing. It's very, very close in price. Well, this hook itself, this is called the MagneClip Ease. This is the first one we made. This really is made for people that do have the problem with arthritis, because it is easy to use. It is a little different that most of these traditional bolts, they are designed so that when you hold them upside down, your collar sits right there on the joint between the bolt and the hook. And so if there's any kind of pressure, the dog, it just simply falls straight out. Now, the MagneClip is designed where it has a slight curve on the inside, so you can open it and it'll still sit there. But this is designed to be the easy version to use, and we only recommend this for well-behaved dogs. We certainly wouldn't recommend it for a dog that likes to chase cars or chase cats and squirrels, or if you're walking in very heavy traffic and the dog could suddenly lunge. We are about to, sometime hopefully before summer, be releasing what we call the MagneClip Secure. And that is similar to this. It is magnetic, and it'll actually have a locking device in it, so that no matter what you do, the ring, when it gets inside, and no matter what it does, it twists, it cannot release itself. The hook will not open. So I think that will be a really good option for anyone that has a puppy, a first puppy that is just learning to walk on the leash, hasn't yet been trained properly. That will be a really good option over the traditional hook. Well, we think the MagneClip Secure, it'll certainly be less than $1, because it's not just the snap itself that's the problem, it's also the swivel. The swivel plays a very important role, because if you had a traditional snap hook like this, and you've got a traditional D-ring on your dog's collar, they're made to swivel and turn, because it's the swiveling and turning that helps it right itself so it doesn't go ahead and break. But with anything, if you go ahead and twist this right in the right position, if it gets stuck, you can simply release it. The D-ring itself catches on this little lever and it pulls it open. So it really is this swivel that helps protect the bolt coming open, but on the other hand, this is the weak part. And over time, when it starts to turn, it can start to wear. And if your dog does suddenly pull, especially if it's on the end of a retractable leash, it can simply pull and the whole swivel can come off. So I really don't think there's a lot of incentive by pet companies who really are trying to keep prices down to sell more of a product versus going over a very high-end product that's going to cost a lot more money, where the average dog owner is going to say, well, you know, I don't want to spend $30, $40 on a dog leash when I can go down to a large chain store and I can purchase one for $5 to $9. And I think that is a big problem, is maybe education, that people should think about. They do want the high-class hardware. And also manufacturers, is that they're going to go ahead and produce what sells the most. And I think for most people, it's probably the design of what they look like over what the clip does.
So do you believe people should pay more attention to the hardware?
Of course I do. I mean, I think I'm an advocate of any time you purchase anything is to really research and do your homework on any product you're buying. It's the same as if you were buying a car. You know, what's the safety record? And of course, it's your dog, it's your pet, it's a member of your family. And of course, you don't want anything bad to happen to your pet. And I really think it's the same thing as about securing your pet properly. If it's in the back of a pickup truck, in the back of a car, if you have an accident, it's all something that people don't really think about until it happens to them. And I think that is a really big thing with a lot of things in life. People just don't really think it's going to happen to them, that there's not going to be a problem until suddenly it does, and then they suddenly realize, like, maybe I should have done things a little differently.